Hello, and welcome to another episode of TommyTruths. And in this episode, I wanted to talk about catastrophizing. And in a previous episode, I talked about ruminating and overthinking, and how that's something I'm very prone to, but also something that I found some scriptures have just really encouraged me in, and so shared that in a previous week. But in this week, I wanted to lead on from that and talking about catastrophizing, and that's also something that I'm very prone to, which is where you ruminate or brood over the worst case scenario that could happen in your mind. And so specifically I wanted to talk about catastrophizing in relationships, in friendships with people around you, because I find that's that can be one of the most one of the areas where I and I know other people as well can catastrophize the most is around with people around you. And so like for instance, like a couple examples. Maybe you've got a boss, and you made a mistake, or you did something wrong in your work, and then you catastrophize and you assume the worst. You assume, all right, that's it, I'm probably going to get fired, or you assume the absolute worst. Or probably an example for me would be where I might be having a conversation with someone, and the conversation just didn't go very well, or it just ended very abruptly, or maybe I just froze up in the middle of the conversation and then it just ended, or maybe I said something that was a bit inappropriate, or a bit just a poorly chosen comment. And so that's happened quite a few times to me, and in the moment, instead of giving myself grace, or instead of assuming that the other person is going to understand, I can assume the worst. I can assume, oh no, this friendship is over. I've completely destroyed this friendship. That I'm going to have to really, really make up to them, apologize. Otherwise, they're not going to accept me. Or and it can go down this really dark spiral where you just think that you've damaged a friendship, when actually in most cases the person won't be thinking that at all. They'll be understanding. And so and so that's probably what I wanted to encourage you as a verse that relates to that idea, which is 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 7, and it says, love believes all things. In other words, love gives people the benefit of the doubt. When we don't know that someone's untrustworthy, when there's that uncertainty, you don't know what someone's thinking of you, they've not shown themselves to be particularly untrustworthy in the past, then you've got to assume the best. You've got to assume that they'll show the same, that they will show understanding, that they will show grace, and oftentimes we can assume there's no grace in relationships. We can assume that when we do something wrong, we'll get judged, we'll get condemned, and we don't think like, oh wait, well maybe this person will show understanding, maybe this person won't judge, maybe this person just will know that perhaps I'm having a bad day and won't jump to conclusions, and then the next conversation we have, they'll have completely forgotten. And we often don't assume that. We assume the worst. We assume, oh no, they're gonna judge. I gotta explain myself. I've got to somehow make things up to them, make things right, and it can lead to quite a lot of unhealthy patterns. I found oftentimes I might maybe I felt like I came across as rude to someone, and I might apologize and then go, oh, I'm really sorry if I came across as standoffish, or and then they're like, no, I didn't think that at all. And so often, usually more times than not, that'll be their response. They'll be like almost surprised that I approached them with that question, as if, no, I wasn't thinking that. And so, I think that is generally the case. You do get the occasional person which, for whatever reason, maybe their own hard issues or their own things going on in their life, they may judge you, and they may not be a safe person to interact with or relate with at this particular moment. And so the problem, though, comes when we assume everybody is like that. We assume everybody is going to judge, or maybe someone was unsafe at one point, and now they've grown, and we don't give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe now they're a different person. Maybe now they've matured a little bit now, and maybe I can share things with them now. And so I think assuming the worst can be a very healthy habit, and something that I've done a lot, and something that I need to continue to grow in, is to assume the best. So what does assuming the best look like? So oftentimes we should assume the best of God, because we know God, right? He is compassionate, He's gentle, He's understanding. He's someone we can share our struggle with, and he'll give us grace in the midst of our struggles. And so I think to some degree we need to assume that with the people that God's put around us as well. That we need to assume, okay, well, if I share my struggles with them, they're not going to judge me for it. They're going to show grace towards me in that, and they're going to be understanding with me. And so maybe let's say you're spinning in your mind while you're having a conversation, and you're fearing the worst. Maybe even in those moments, one thing you could consider doing is maybe just share with that person, hey, look, I'm getting a bit in my head, I'm really sorry, and just share what's on your mind. Don't assume that they're going to judge you for that. Assume that they'll be understanding. A lot of people get in their heads. A lot of people get lost in their minds, and so they may even struggle with the same thing that you struggle with. And so I think by just being open, transparent, and also by assuming that, giving people the benefit of the doubt, I think we can see much healthier relationships. A lot of healing can come from that, and a lot of life can come from that. And so I just wanted to encourage you guys catastrophizing, it comes from a place of not feeling safe, and that we actually are safe. We're loved by God, and we're also probably loved by a lot of people around us that we don't even realize that are there for us and care about us. And just wanted to encourage you just to assume the best in people, and to show love to one another, and to not catastrophize. So hope you enjoyed this Tommy Truths, and I'll see you next time.